Next 10 minutes I'm going to spend on prescriptions. I think this is a very, very important part of teleconsultation. And unlike other parts, this is something very important which you need to understand thoroughly. I'm not going to repeat what I've already mentioned, that video examination is a must for prescribing certain types of drugs. Now, the telemedicine practice guidelines have divided all drugs into list O, OTC, over the counter, medicines used for common conditions. This can be prescribed even through a telephonic consultation. Drugs in list A and list B cannot be prescribed unless you have done a video consultation. Some drugs can be prescribed as an add-on, as a follow-up. I'll show you the details now. Most important, there are a set of drugs which are prohibited. These drugs cannot be prescribed through teleconsultations. Generally speaking, injections cannot be prescribed through teleconsultations unless you are satisfied that there is a nurse at the other end or someone competent to give the injection at the other end. In this case, it is advisable to record this in the case record. Now let's go into the details. List O, I mean, many of you are family physicians, so you know all about this. Simple things like oral rehydration, over cough supplements, antipyretics, zinc syrup, and so on. List A are ointments, ophthalmic drops, local ear drops. All this, of course, can be provided through teleconsultation. Now, follow-up medications for chronic illnesses, you can refill or you can add if required. You have been treating a hypertensive patient for months and then you do a teleconsultation. The BP is not coming under control. BP is slightly more. You have the full authority to add 1 or 2 drugs, but please prescribe the specific dose and also in the prescription sheet mention why you are adding these drugs. Similarly for diabetes, for asthma, etc. Now, diabetes, if you want to add some other drug to metformin, you have got the full authority to do this, but you need to mention there that the blood sugar is not coming under control. Now, habit-forming drugs, drugs in Schedule X are totally banned. You cannot prescribe any drug. Now, drugs like pethidine, drugs like Zolfresh or any diazepam and so on, there are certain exceptions. I'll come to that in a minute. I've already spoken to you about emergency situations. Now, I'm deliberately spending a couple of minutes showing this. Now, it is our hope. We are trying our best. The TSI is trying our best to persuade all associations. Hopefully, the Association of Physicians of India, the Neurological Society of India has already been approached, etc. Hopefully, by the end of the year, there will be several associations which will bring out telepsychiatry operational guidelines have already been brought out. This was discussed, very excellent decision, and all these have been brought out. And like this, we are hoping that most professional societies will come because the guidelines as notified is what it says, just guidelines. The guidelines themselves mention that this is not permanent and this will be amended, and the guidelines very strongly advise all practitioners of telemedicine to frequently visit the Ministry of Health, the website URL, it's on the home page, so that you can find out if there are any additions and so on. Now, I hope you can see this on the screen. Several questions are asked. Will the prescription sent online as an image or scan be honored by the local chemist? Yes, you do not require a true digital signature, which is an encrypted signature, though the IT law provides that. Probably because of the pandemic, the government has said that a JPEG or a facsimile signature, a photograph is enough. So what most people do, people who do not have EMR and hospital information systems, write out a prescription as you would normally do, excepting remember to write the provisional diagnosis, your registration number, the council at which you are registered, scan it or take a photograph of it, and you cannot send it to a pharmacist of your choice unless you have in writing Now, this the patient need not give it to you. You can record in your own notes that discussed with the patient. Patient has requested that the prescription may be sent to pharmacist ABCD, who is near the patient's house, or you are sending it to pharmacist DEF with the prior concurrent permission and knowledge of the patient. It is enough if you just add 2 lines recording this in your own case sheet. But you cannot send it to a pharmacy. The pharmacist is bound by the law enforced on March to honor a prescription which comes to him electronically, either through email or an SMS or a WhatsApp. He has to honor it so long as it is given with the registration number, with the working diagnosis and details. So this is what is done. Now, these drugs, antidepressants, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, benzodiazepine group, etc., cannot be prescribed normally. The Indian Psychiatric Society has already made a representation, to the authorities, and we are hoping that the amendment will take place soon.